This video will go over the end of day process, closing the batch, and the reports that go along with it. This will show you the recommended steps at the end of the day and at the end of each batch. You'll see the proper way to use the Count Money feature and the printouts and reports needed both at the point of sale and through the report section on the main screen of Rick's Enterprise. You'll see here at the point of sale, you have the point of sale menu up at the top. If you're ready to close the batch at the end of the day, all you have to do is click on where it says Close Batch. This will bring you into the Close Batch screen. Over to the left, you have the starting cash drawer amount and the ending cash drawer amount. This is the amount of money that you keep in your drawer at the beginning of the day and the ending of the day to give out change throughout your day's sales. Over to the left, it'll show you cash tendered, less drawer difference, less payouts, and total cash, and total other deposit tenders. And then you'll see your total deposit. This is the deposit that will be taken to the bank. And then if you're over or short, it'll show that amount. To the right, we have cash totals F6, count money F7, and salesperson summary F8. So you're going to start with the cash totals F6. Most people will print this out to your receipt printer. So if you click on print, that will actually print to your receipt printer. You won't see this come up on your screen, but it will print out to your receipt printer. If you ever just wanted to come in here and view this, if you're at Enter Sales, I'm going to click back on Enter Sales and say just during the day you just wanted to see where you're at total wise, then you could click on Close Batch and you could see where you're at. It's going to tell you the total sales. If you needed to see the tender area, you certainly could by scrolling down, and you'll be able to see what you did, cash, check, and all your credit cards. And then when you're ready to go back to Enter Sales, you don't want to close the batch out yet. All we're doing is viewing. You can click on the Enter Sales and that'll bring you right back so you can view it, but you don't have to close the batch. Then when you're actually ready to close the batch, you can click on Close Batch again. And we had already printed out the cash totals. If you wanted to view the salesperson summary, you could click on Salesperson Summary or hit F8 on your keyboard. That's going to show you how each salesperson did in each class, and then you'll get totals at the bottom. If you want to print that out, you can click on the print. You don't have to print these out. It will give you a message at the end when you go to close out, do the final closeout, that you have not printed everything out. It'll still let you close the batch even though you haven't printed, but we recommend printing these out. And this will print to your receipt printer as well. And then the other tab is Count Money in the middle, F7. This is completely optional. A lot of people like to use this so that way they can put the actual count into here. This way you can compare what the computer says you're supposed to have versus your count, and if there's any difference. Two things that I want to point out. The ending cash drawer amount down at the bottom has nothing to do with your cash that you're going to take to the bank to deposit. So this cash up here up at the top is the actual cash that you've taken in for the day that you're going to deposit at your bank. Down at the bottom, your ending cash drawer amount is the money that you leave in the drawer. You always keep $200 in the drawer and you give out change throughout the day, and you should end up with $200 in the drawer unless for some reason you have given out refunds that would be over what you keep in the drawer. So we always start with ending cash drawer amount. We count up to $200, and then whatever's left in the drawer should be your cash deposit. So we start with the ending cash drawer, the $200 or whatever you keep in your drawer, and we click on the count button to the right. This will bring up a screen. It'll show you all the denominations, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, the dollar bills, etc. And you just put in how many pennies you have, how many nickels you have, how many dimes you have. You count up to $200, and that's going to be your ending cash drawer amount. So example, I could put 45 pennies, and you see as soon as I tab down, it just adds this up like a calculator. 17 nickels, 17 dimes, 18 quarters, and then down to the rolled coins. If you keep coins in your drawer that you haven't opened up, just the rolled coins, you can enter that in as well. So I have 1 for the pennies, 1 for the nickels, 1 for the dimes, and 2 for the quarters. And then on to my dollar bills. I have 15 for the dollar bills, nothing for 2. I have 6 for the $5 bills, 4 for the 10, and 4 for the 20. So that's my total. You'll see it'll show your total, $200, and the computer total, and in this case there's no difference. So when I'm ready to save, I can just click on the Save button. So I've counted up to the $200, so whatever's left in my drawer for the cash should be the $300. So that's what I'm going to count next. So if I click on Count, this will bring up the same type of screen where I can enter in exactly what I have. And in this case, I have 5 $10 bills, 5 $20 bills, 1 $50 bill, and 1 $100 bill. So it shows your total and computer total. So those match and there's not a difference. And when I'm done, I can click on Save. Then I can move on to checks. So to the right of check, you can click on the Count button. And it's going to show you how many checks you're supposed to have. So in this case, we have 3 that we're supposed to have. And we can just start typing in exactly what the checks were. And as you're tabbing, it just brings you down to the next level. If you make a mistake, you can click on one of these red X's. So once you've typed in your 3 checks, shows your total, computer total, and if there's a difference, and you can click on Save. Then you can go on to all of your other tenders that you took in that day. So we have a MasterCard, so if we click on Count, shows that we actually have 2 MasterCards. In most cases, you're going to have a lot of credit cards, so it's completely up to you whether you want to type in each individual amount or if you just want to put a complete total up at the top. If you wanted to do an individual amount, you could type that in here. Or if you just wanted to type a total amount in up at the top, you could do it like this. Once you're done, it'll show you your total, computer total, and difference, and you can click on Save. Just go through and do the same thing. Click on Count. There's only 1 for Discover. And click on Save. American Express, we can click on Count. Shows that there's 2 there. Or again, if you just want to put the complete total, you can put the complete total up at the top. And it shows your total, computer total, and difference. Click on Save. And then the last one we have is debit card. So we can click on Count. There's only 1 of those. And click on Save. When you're done, it's going to show you what the computer count is and the total, and what your count is and the total, and if there's any difference. And if you wanted to print that out, you could click on Print.